Hey guys, I am here with Wednesday. Um, you haven't seen her over on this channel or on our Instagram yet, but if you follow Scotty, you've probably seen her over there. And she just got here last night, so I thought let's take a look at her while I talk to you guys about what happened with Olivia. Um, Olivia was a guinea pig rescued from South LA shelter a couple months ago. She was featured on Scotty's channel, and we had talked about her on Instagram. But I really didn't talk a bunch about her on here. The last time you guys would have seen her though would have been on Scotty's video as we were trying to bond Olivia with Mouse and Patty. In that video with Mouse and Patty, where we were trying to bond them with Olivia, we stopped. The video ends at about an hour into the bonding, and everything was going really well, and we left them together. We went about our night. We had dinner. We were watching the World Series finale, and about 5 hours in, we look over, and Olivia and Patty were having a full-on fight, like open mouth, ripping out hair, like full-on fight. And so we separated them at that point. And it had been tentative in the intros. I can leave a link to that original video. If you want to watch it, you can see the intros were a little bit tense. Patty's best friend was Selma, and in that relationship, Selma was the boss. And then I managed to bond Mouse with them because Mouse was a baby, and that was pretty darn easy. And then with Selma passing, I thought, well, maybe we can add a third again. It serves a couple of purposes as a rescuer, a small home-based, foster-based rescue. If I am taking on sanctuary pigs, it certainly helps me if I can combine cages. And so it was apparent that Olivia was going to be sanctuary. She seemed to be older, and I knew she really wouldn't be going anywhere. So yeah, about 5 hours in, the bond completely fell apart, and we had to separate. Just a few days after that, I was getting ready to leave, so we had to separate them. That was on a Saturday, either a Saturday or Sunday. I think a Saturday. I was getting ready to, I was trying to leave for a couple of days for a birthday getaway, and I was going out to Scott's for a few days, and the day that I was packing to leave, I noticed Olivia didn't seem to be doing so great. So I brought her with me. So I could keep an eye on her, and she, within 24 to 48 hours, went downhill pretty fast. And she ended up passing away with me while we were out of town. And Olivia, when she came into the rescue, we were alerted to her. One of the shelters here, they were going to euthanize her. They thought that she was pregnant. I don't know. There were a couple of different excuses going around. She was missing hair. They thought she might be pregnant. And so I did take her to the vet just a couple days after we got her, and the vet did not think she was pregnant, did not seem to detect any ovarian cysts, but did think that she was probably older and just in general suffering from some malnourishment, and yeah, that's what happened with Olivia. And again, we didn't really talk about her so much on this channel. a little bit on Instagram, but if you're following both us and Scotty's animals, you would have seen Olivia. Yeah, that's all. I don't really want to say anymore. I don't know. It's just hard to talk about. I feel like I don't think I could have done anything different to save her. It just happened fast, and you know, I'm just glad that I was with her. Let me backtrack just a little. So then today Scott put up another video where we were trying to bond Wednesday here with Patty and Mouse. Wednesday came from Scott's local shelter. She's also missing some hair. We're not sure how old she is, but you know, we were thinking, gosh, is this going to be another pig that's going to be sanctuary? So he brought her to me, and again, I thought, let's try to bond with Patty and Mouse. Again, I'm not trying to create, you know, I don't need a third pig for Patty and Mouse, but they have a huge cage. They've been a part of a trio before, and it certainly makes my life as a rescuer easier if I can have groups of pigs living together in a cage versus a million different cages. You know what I mean? So Scott did a bonding video yesterday, and I've done bondings for years and years and years. There's a lot of different techniques that people use. I mean, gosh, when I first started rescuing, everybody swore by a buddy bath. Everybody was like, if pigs aren't getting along, just give them a bath. And that's how that was a more common way to do bonding than anything else when I first started. I personally have never had any luck with buddy baths, so I don't do that. But yesterday I tried Patty and Mouse with Wednesday here in a neutral space, and it didn't work out, and it was pretty quickly fell apart. And so Patty is proving to be, now that she doesn't have Selma, she is the boss, and she's on edge, and she is not loving these other girls that I'm trying her with. So a couple, I think in Scott's video, we were just kind of rambling while he was filming. It was a very casual bonding video and kind of with our running commentary. But I just want to make it clear, I have no intention of separating Mouse from Patty. I think in Scott's video at one point I said Patty would do good with a neutered male, but I did not mean that I was going to take Mouse away and put Patty with a neutered male. What I meant was, you know, maybe putting a neutered male in with the girls would calm Patty down enough that she'd be able to accept, you know, more pigs. And again, I've been doing bondings for a long time. I mean, in a ideal world, girls are easier to bond. Talk to anybody that does this on a regular basis, and that's not always the case. Yes, they're easier to bond than boys, but every rescuer I know has had difficulties bonding girls. So and so I wanted to sort of make this video and address all of that, because I think there was some confusion, because Scott's last video with Patty and Selma showed us trying to bond Olivia, and then the next video Olivia's not here and we're trying to bond Wednesday, and then that bond is falling apart, and it's like, what the heck's going on over there? So I get it, it's confusing, and I made a quick short here on YouTube the other day announcing that Olivia had passed, but I didn't really go into detail. Oh my god, so cute. And so yeah, so this little one, we will work on finding her, figuring out what we're gonna do with her. I think she needs a full workup from the vet. She's very skinny. There was a report that she was 12 years old, and then somebody was thinking, well, maybe she's 12 months old. She's absolutely not 12 months old. I believe she is an old lady. I believe she's a little old lady, and therefore she will, hi sweetie, most likely, I mean, I don't see her being adoptable anytime soon. So she will probably, if you're not with me as Sanctuary, you will be with someone who we love and trust, and you will be in the best hands ever. Yeah. So yeah, that is my long-winded explanation as to what happened with Olivia, what happened with the original bonding between Olivia, Patty, and Mouse. And please know that Patty and Mouse are doing absolutely fine. They are not traumatized from all these attempted bondings. And I will, like I said, they were in a trio before. They've got a nice big cage that I can certainly expand on. I would love it if we could make another little trio, or little mini herd. I think, again, when I'm taking in the animals that I'm taking in, if I've got piggies that need to be here for the remainder of their lives because they're Sanctuary, it certainly is better for them and me if they can bond with some of the piggies that are already here and that I'm already loving and taking care of. Yeah. But these pigs have ideas of their own. Hi. These pigs have ideas of their own, and I cannot tell them what to do. Yeah, but we'll figure it out. She will be bonded with someone if she wants to. It might take us a bunch of tries. We don't know. Yeah. Yeah, what a nice girl. Oh my gosh, she's so soft, you guys. She is so soft. And I'm going to link all the videos that I'm referencing from Scotty's channels, because if you haven't seen those, you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll try to do more. I'll try to upload on a regular basis. If I'm being honest, it's just hard because I don't know, this year has just been hard, and I talked about it in the video where I privated that I was crying on. It's just a tough year, and I don't always have anything positive or uplifting to say. It's things are rough out here in these piggy streets, huh? But that's okay. We keep going. We're okay. We are okay. Oops. Oh, so soft. Oh, so soft. Oh, we rumbling. Wednesday girl, we need to go get our nails done. The human does. The piggies already have her nails. We will catch you in the next one. Bye. I don't know why I pulled out the camera and recording myself crying, but this is the reality of an animal rescuer. And I just received a card from our veterinarian, and last week we lost one of the guinea pigs that we had tried to save. We opted to perform a surgery on him, and he ended up passing about 2 days later. And deciding to do the surgery was really not an easy decision. And the morning that I dropped him off for the surgery, I didn't know if I was making the right decision or not. But the other choice was to put him to sleep right there on the spot and not give him a chance, which we've done with many other animals. So we ended up losing him, and then a few days later, while I was trying to get away for a break, one of the other guinea pigs in my care ended up passing away. And like, this is the norm. We lose so many animals. And it's so hard to remain positive and look at the happy side of what we do, which is finding loving homes for animals that have been tossed aside literally in the trash. And we try to focus on that as much as we can, but this year especially, the sadness has been, it's overwhelming and it's hard. It's hard to focus on the positive when it's every day something sad. We dealt with a massive hoarding situation earlier this year. I was one of the 5 people on the scene at the house before animal control came up, and that was gut-wrenching. We have people emailing us every single day with horrible stories about why they can't keep their animals. We have people that are just lazy and don't want to keep their animals. Their kids lost interest. It's just never ending. And it's hard to look at the bright side and the positive, but I think the reason why I busted out the camera to record is that there are high points. And last night, I received a video from of a little guinea pig who's now almost 3 years old, and she was born here at my house, and she was the tiniest baby guinea pig that I'd ever had born here, and I didn't think she was going to make it. In fact, when I walked in the room and found that her mom had given birth, I thought she was dead, and I picked her up and cleared her face. She was cold to the touch, and I breathed on her and rubbed her, and then she opened her little eyes, and now 3 years later she's been adopted. She's been adopted for a long time now, and we've been in contact with her family that entire time, and we get updates and videos, and every time I get one of those, it just reaffirms why we're doing this hard, sometimes impossible work. And these emotions are part, I think, of why we get into this in the first place, because we care so deeply about these animals and the people that love them. And a few weeks ago, we did an event and at the Sunshine Rabbit Center in Long Beach, and it was such a wonderful event. And at the end of the day, I started crying as I was talking to my team. I was just overcome with emotion because it's been such a rough year, and we do see so much negative. And to look around and see all these people that have come together to work towards helping these animals and who are part of our team, it's just overwhelmingly, it makes me happy. And I cry, happy tears over it. So I don't know if there's a point to this video other than 2025 has been a hard year in rescue, not just for my rescue, but for all of us. There are a lot of animals suffering, and there are a lot of people suffering, and I mean, what do they call this? Compassion fatigue? I don't know. It being able to not help and hearing so many sad stories. It's overwhelming and it gets to you, and I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than, you know, if you're watching this, thank you for following and supporting. I don't do this to gain any. I hate being on camera. I'm the most like socially awkward, weird person, and putting this out there and putting what we do out there is really only for the animals. You know, we need more people to care and more people to push for banning the sale of all animals in pet stores, and we need people to stop dumping them, stop abusing them. You know, if we can't even be kind to animals, how are we supposed to be kind to each other? We need more kindness and more love in this world, and I do get to see that as part of the rescue world that I'm involved with, and that truly at the end of the day keeps me going. Even during all the awful sad times, which there have been a lot of. I'm gonna include at the end of this a little bit of video that I was sent of Tiny the guinea pig, who's now named Minnie, and 3 years later, and how good she's doing, and just serves as a reminder to keep going and that it's worth it. Everything that we do is worth it. Alright, I don't even know if I'll post this. Thanks for watching.
She's little, but she's not super little. I feel like this one is Theo, and I feel like Theo is smaller. Tiny, come out so we can see you. Hello, look at this. She looks great. She looks awesome.